Hello, beautiful people. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Danielle here from Transcendence to the Truth. I am your intuitive alchemist and masculine mindset coach. I'm going to wait for a couple of people to jump on and just get some love from my puppy. I'll talk to you about why I got my puppy first while everyone jumps on. When you jump on, make sure you do a nice big one for watching now and a 2 for watching the replay. And say hello to Sachi. Sachi means blessing. And she has been a blessing to me. I got a dog for unconditional love, so that somebody loved me unconditionally to teach me unconditional love. And it's working out rather well, I would say. It's amazing when you look at an animal, and an animal can really teach you so much. They are in the present moment, and they genuinely gift you their energy. And it's really, really beautiful. Really beautiful, really beautiful. I want to talk about when we have a situation in our life that maybe is causing some trouble and concern, some stress, some looping, some anxiety, some fear, some contraction. And what happens when you're in those spaces, and you can get quite obsessive around these situations until you find the clarity. One of the ways to, get clarity on a situation and find the truth of the direction to go and the right way that might help solve a problem is to ask the universe. Ask the universe to show you the truth, or give you an answer, or give you some clarity moving forward. And you can ask for that, and you can be given a message, or you could be given a sign, or you could be given some direction. And when you get that message, it may not solve the problem straight away. And that's the challenge. The challenge is that when you ask for that information and you don't receive it, or when you ask for the information but you receive it, but it's like you act on that and it doesn't manifest as fast as you'd like, or it doesn't actually fix the problem right then and there. So I'll give you an example of like when you get to that point and you get that information, you get that clarity, and you act on it, but it doesn't actually fix or solve the problem in that moment. You have to then do everything that you can, and then once you've done that, surrender it to spirit. You got to surrender it to God. You got to surrender it to the universe and say, okay, I've done my part. I've done everything within my power to help this and to come to a resolution and come to some space of change. But at this point, there's nothing more I can do. That is up to the other people involved, the other things to fall into place, and up to the universe to support that. So for me, one of those situations has been my kids. My children, I have a relationship with someone, I had a relationship with someone who was very unconscious, who displayed a lot of narcissism and still does. And basically I got to a point within my own life where I chose no longer to be at the effect of someone else's behavior. And I was not going to play in to the control and the manipulation. And that has only been recently. Basically there were some care arrangements that didn't line up and didn't work. And I was given a choice to only give in to what the other person wanted. And it would have affected my life hugely, dramatically. And it wasn't co-parenting, and it wasn't mutually agreeing. It wasn't even negotiating. It wasn't even talking about the children's best needs. It was like my way or the highway. I'm sure we've met many people like that. Many people that have this point of view and perspective that if you don't meet my expectations or come to my terms, then that's it, that's the only choice. So you've been forced, or you felt forced into something because you had fear of doing the other thing. So it got to a point where I was like, I'm no longer willing to be controlled and manipulated by someone I'm not even in a relationship with anymore, that I don't even have a life with. I choose myself. I choose to honor myself. I choose to look after myself first and not be controlled by my children. That has been a challenge. A very big challenge, because when I made that demand of myself and I put my own boundaries in place and tried to come to a space, I was punished. I was, my children, I haven't seen them now for 4.5 months because I wouldn't agree to the terms that were laid out by him. And I knew that that was a possibility, and I chose it. I chose that possibility because I knew that it aligned with the message I'd asked for God. It was what God whispered to me, to have faith and trust, to detach, to choose myself, to let go of control, to allow whatever needed to unfold. So I did everything within my power, and I got to a point now that I'm like, I have nothing at this point that is aligned with that energy to continue, and I just have to trust. I've been really grateful that I've been allowed phone contact, and I'm super grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I get to have phone conversations with my kids and get to tell them that I love them and I really want to see them and I miss them, because at least that they can see my energy, they can feel me, and they can make their own choices, and as they grow, they will see. I'm never going to push my opinion on anyone. I'm going to be the difference that I hope you guys can be. And one of the other situations recently that I've had to do everything within my power and then just surrender, stop the fight, stop the push, stop the pull, has been my relationship with someone that I love so much, so dearly, that isn't making choices that align with my lifestyle. And I'm not going to control someone, and I'm not going to heal someone, and I'm not going to help someone who can't choose help themselves. And it's upsetting, because we all have that person in our life. We all have that person that we love with all of our heart. And we can't guilt them, we can't shame them, we can't manipulate them, we can't bribe them. We can't give them enough love sometimes to get them to choose for themselves. You can do everything within your power. You can love, support, hold space, nurture, be there for someone. But until that person is willing to choose that for themselves, that's all you can do. And if you think that you can change someone, or that you can help them and you can do what they haven't been able to do, you're wrong. You can only be that support and that space of no judgment, that space of unconditional love, that space of support, and do everything within your power that matches you honoring yourself, whatever your boundaries are, whatever guidelines you need to set out for yourself. This is how I expect to be treated, and if you cannot treat me that way, I cannot help you, I cannot support you. I am offering my love and support and help to you. these are the conditions of that, or these are the boundaries of that, because I have to love me. Ultimately, every single one of us has to own our own stuff. We have to make the choices for ourselves. We have to love ourselves first. We have to choose ourselves first. We can't keep giving ourselves up for something. We can't keep giving ourselves up for love. We can't keep giving ourselves up for some validation of self-worth. We are the only person that can love and validate ourselves. We can have some support. And I'm so grateful that I have so much support in my life from beautiful, conscious, loving people on this journey. But I still have to do it. I still have to choose it. I still have to do the work. I still have to make the choice to honor myself, to live my purpose, to choose alignment, to choose integration, to choose the shadows. I have to choose to clear my energy. I have to choose to show up every day. I choose that. No one can do that for me, and I can't do that for anyone else. So when you get to that point in any situation where you've done all you can do while still loving you, you got to surrender it. You got to give it up and have that much trust and faith in the universe that Creator is always serving everyone at the highest. If you believe that, then you surrender it. You know that God and Creator, Source, is going to love and fill your desires. It's going to support you. It's going to nourish you. It's going to bring people into your life. It's going to give you what you need because you trusted and you let it go and you stopped holding on too tight to something. You can only do so much. And then you got to flow, and you got to find the peace in the flow. You got to find the contentment in the flow. And in that contentment and peace, you're honoring yourself because you're letting go of control. You're surrendering to trust. You are loving yourself and making sure that you're choosing alignment and peace. And when you're in that space of you, self, true self, magic happens. Miracles happen. I love you. We all deserve miracles. We all deserve to let go of that control and power we think we have that we don't. To flow into consciousness and love. To find that unity and peace within. I love you. Thank you for showing up. If you enjoy my content, please click follow first. Please remember to tag anyone who would get value from my videos. Share the love, share the awareness, share the consciousness. Let's bring peace on earth. I love you.